Hello friends and welcome to another episode of DesiChaleCanada. Friends, of late I have seen a lot of talk on social media on the reasons why immigrants leave Canada, and the social media posts also claim that a lot of people who come to Canada leave just a few weeks or months after coming here because of one reason or the other. Basically, the gist of all those posts is that most immigrants regret their decision of moving to Canada soon after coming here and eventually return home. But is it really true? Is life really that difficult in Canada which makes a majority of immigrants run away? Or is it just a small issue which is being blown out of proportion? Please continue to watch this video to find out. Those of you who follow my channel regularly must have seen another video that I posted a few weeks back giving you an overview of some of the major factors that one must keep in mind before moving to Canada. There were some really interesting comments on that video, and a lot of those were from people who were trying to share their experiences, both negative and positive. Now let me talk a bit more about today's topic. But before I go into the details, let me first try and put things into perspective. Consider yourself as someone who has lived in your home country for 30 years of your life. It means that you probably have a decent life, a job, a family, all your relatives, decent income, and most of all, complete awareness of your surroundings. In short, you're living in your comfort zone. Now imagine that you leave all of it behind and move to a completely different environment where everything such as the weather, people, culture, and the job market are absolutely different than what you have been used to. You probably don't know anyone around and have to start building your life bit by bit, almost from scratch. Seems like a scary thought, isn't it? That is exactly what it is. I always tell people moving to Canada to be prepared for some hardships and never look at the short-term picture. A lot of the people who come to Canada work two jobs initially to support themselves and their families, as the first job that they get isn't that well paying, or some even have to live off survival jobs. A friend of mine who was working as a senior manager at a reputed bank in India moved to Canada in March this year with his 5-year-old son and his wife. He works at an entry-level position at a bank here and drives Uber in his free time, totaling to about 12 to 14 hours of work every day. Although it may not sound like a very fancy life, but he is hopeful that he will be back at where he left from in 3 years. And by the look of how he is going at the moment, I'm pretty sure that it would take him less than 3 years. On the other hand, I also know of another person who got a direct transfer from his employer back in India to the Canadian office and could start with a very handsome salary package. At the same time, every day I also come across stories of how people have decided to move back to their home country after just about 3 to 6 months of moving here. Now what I'm trying to suggest is that every person has different circumstances, and you must be prepared to build your life up from scratch once you are here. Unless, of course, you are coming with a significant amount of capital to invest, which of course does not guarantee success either. Let me add another thing here. It is not just about moving to Canada. No matter where in the world you move to, be it Australia, New Zealand, the UK, US, or any other country somewhere in Europe, be prepared to slog your way to success. Just because you were a somebody back home does not mean that you would have a red carpet rolled out for you here. The bottom line is, if you come to Canada, be prepared to come with the mindset of a fresher, period. So in short, coming to a new country and quitting tells me something about the individual more than it tells me about the country. Let us now talk a little bit about the numbers. In late 2014, the Government of Canada started a special program through which a person could voluntarily give up his or her permanent residence. As per government data, there were a total of 5,205 applications submitted from people who wanted to renounce their permanent residence in 2015. Compared to the number of permanent resident visas issued in Canada in 2015, which is roughly about 270,000, the percentage of those who are willing to give up their PR is even less than 2%. Now you may want to argue that a lot of people also just leave without giving up their status. Even if we take that into consideration, the percentage of people who leave Canada after obtaining their permanent residence status is just about 5%. And if you do not want to look at the other 95%, then I really have nothing more to tell you. At the end, let me clarify that I'm not trying to say that immigrants do not leave Canada. Of course, a lot of them do, and some of the most common reasons include the country's harsh weather, being unable to acclimatize themselves to the change of culture, etc. But the most common reason, I believe, is over-expectation or false expectations, which each of you should be aware of. So let me leave you with these extremely inspiring words once said by a legend. I don't necessarily make the right decisions. I make decisions and then make them right. If you like this video, then please press the like and share button. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, then please press the subscribe button so you can check out all my latest videos as soon as they are uploaded. So until next time, stay tuned.